everyone, it's Emily Graziano here, and I'm here to do my review video of the Ace Frehley and Alice Cooper double bill concert tour that is currently going on. I'd like to show you a cool poster. It's double-sided. This is the Ace Frehley side. The tour dates down here, promoting Origins Volume 2, and if you look closely, it's slightly modified from the album covers. It has the Alice Cooper Ace logo in there, which is really awesome. And then it's like a little Easter egg. And then on the back is the Alice Ace, the more Alice Cooper centric side, I guess you could say. And the dates are actually easier to read on this side, so we'll hold that up there in case you're wondering on a date that may be near you in the near future. I hope you can read that there. Okay. So I just wanted to share that really quick. So I'll just start with my thoughts. We'll start at the beginning. My dad actually drove my mom and me down there because my mom, she is getting more comfortable driving downtown, but the number one thing she refuses to do, and I think in life we all have these things that we just refuse to do, and my mom's thing is driving on Lakeshore Drive. She just will not drive on Lakeshore Drive. That's her thing. I respect her for it. I wasn't going to argue with it. My dad didn't mind doing it because it really doesn't faze him. You know, some people are just unfazed by some things, and my dad's one of those people. And by the way, today's my dad's 60th birthday. Yes, happy birthday to my dad. He is as old as Splendor in the Grass, Breakfast at Tiffany's, Disney's 101 Dalmatians, Disney's The Original Parent Trap, the actor Robert Carlyle, he was born the same year as Robert Carlyle, and I'm looking at my films right now, and also another movie that came out the year he was born, the Rock Hudson Doris Day follow-up to Pillow Talk, Love or Come Back, which is actually a kind of a cute movie. I really do enjoy that one. So happy birthday to my dad, because I was mentioning him. Today on the 25th is my dad's birthday, 25th, the day I'm taping this. And then, so my dad drove us down there, and then my sister actually came to pick us up. So it worked out really well, because my dad, he goes to bed kind of early. Hey, I respect him for that. Okay, but anyway, once we got down there in the queue, this queue for the concert was one of the most stressful queues I think I've ever waited in, because they had all these like signs up that were very confusing. They had like all these lanes for security or whatever, and then they had like a no bag lane, and then they had like a bag lane, and my mom and I thought we got in the bag lane, and they waited basically until you got up past security to the point where they were going to scan your phone for the tickets to say, oh no, this is the non-fast lane. This is the fast lane. This is the fast express ticket lane. They waited until that point. You could have told us maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes beforehand, before you started letting people in and going through security. So we had to like dash out of the line, bail basically. And we were forced to get in like the long line that had been forming behind us until this one other guy said, this is the no bag lane. And then my mom, being the cool person she is, says, okay, now where's the bag lane? Please take me to there. And so thankfully we got out of like the super long line, and we got into a line that was like maybe not even 5 minutes long. So we actually went through security twice. So that was the most interesting part. But waiting in the queue, I admit, I got a little paranoid because people started smoking, and I get really antsy around cigarette smoke because I'm like, I don't want my clothes to smell like this. Yes, I'm that type of person. We all have our, like, pet peeves in life, and mine is cigarette smoking, vaping, pot. I hate the smell of it. That is my pet peeve, and it really got to me, and I let it get to me because the fact that I could like smell it through the mask, I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna stick to my clothes. I'm gonna smell like it. People are gonna think that I like smoke and all this. And my mom's like, Emily, shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And it's just my paranoia, right? But after we got out of line, because the line situation was stressful, I was an okay person. So once we got past security and everything, oh, and when we were in line, it started to rain, but and we had rain ponchos from like Walmart for 97 cents. Very convenient. They're the fold-up ones that are like, you know, come in the packet like this big, like they can fit in the palm of your hand and then they expand. They're really convenient. We didn't use them, but we can use them in the future. But the thing was, it started to rain like when we were like maybe 3-4 people away from security, so we didn't have enough time to like put them on because we would have to put all of our things in the bin to pass by security. So it's like, okay, when we get in there, I'm putting the poncho on, but by the time we got into the venue, past the gate, it stopped raining, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to do that now. I'll save the thing. And I had like a sweat jacket, so it's not like I was getting soaked to the bone. And I wasn't even really getting that super soaked. But again, people have preferences in life. No one wants to be really soaked. So anyway, we get in line at the merch booth to check out the merch. And I see this really like cool, there's really cool t-shirts. And I look at my mom, I'm like, oh, are we going to get t-shirts? She's like, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And I'm like, well, that one looks cool. And she's like, well, how much is it? I'm like, well, and I wear glasses, but I didn't put on my glasses because I brought my sunglasses, which unlike Ace's glasses are actually prescription. Reference to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, everybody. Okay. But I didn't put them on because they were sunglasses, and then that would make it worse because it was cloudy. But I'm like, it looks like $50, and she's like, I'm not buying a t-shirt. And I'm like, well, think. And she's like, I'm like, well, try to think about it. And she's like, I'm not buying a t-shirt. I'm like, okay, I understand. I'll be honest, I'm disappointed, but I completely understand. Because my mom, she had a t-shirt from 2019 when we went to see Ace at the Arcada Theater. Because, fun fact, we saw Ace. He was the most recent concert. He was the last concert we got to see before lockdowns. And then now he's the first concert that we went to see like in the post-lockdown world. Well, I hope post-lockdown world. I really hope. So that was a very cool thing. And Ace is the first artist that I got to see twice. He beats Paul and Gene to that statistic, and he'll always be the first artist that I got to see twice. It's cool that it's Ace. He beats Paul and Gene by about 3 weeks because of the Kiss concert in Chicago. Actually, we live actually maybe 20 minutes from the venue that they're having the Kiss concert at, which is really nice. You know, we don't have to leave like an hour before. We can leave like a half hour before. Really convenient. He beats Paul and Gene by 3 weeks. So like, that is just freaking cool. That is just cool. Take that, Tommy. Oh, and that's the other thing. Speaking of t-shirts, so I understood why my mom didn't want to get t-shirts, and I really did. And I also understand on the flip side why the t-shirts were $50, because things are really tough on everybody in the music touring business right now. You know, the roadies and the crew, and not to mention like the backing bands, they've been out of work too during when everything was locked down. So I really understand the price, but I also understand my mom's decision. If she didn't have a t-shirt already, maybe she would have thought differently. If I convinced her, I can be a little bit convincing, because I say, what if we never go see Ace again? Like, I try to like play that we're here in the moment. I try to play that angle. Maybe if she didn't already have a t-shirt, she'd say, yeah, let's just get one. But because she had one already, I understand why. But anyway, moving on. On the topic of t-shirts, I saw people in Kiss t-shirts. Now, I could have done that. I just wore like a generic music, vinyl music. The greatest vinyl music the greatest records were made for vinyl or something like that. I wore that t-shirt. Sorry, I had to pause it. I almost wore a Kiss t-shirt, but then I'm like, well, it's really Ace, and currently Kiss is different from Ace. Ace will always be associated with Kiss, and to me, Kiss, when I picture Kiss, I picture Ace and Peter. It's just my brain. I don't picture Eric and Tommy. I picture Ace and Peter in the Love Gun. I picture all the band in their Love Gun costumes, right? I was born in 1996. Those were the costumes that they were wearing when I was little. It's just what I picture. Okay, I saw some people wearing like Rock the Nation t-shirts and End of the Road t-shirts and Kiss 40th Anniversary World Tour t-shirts, and I'm like, oh no, they're wearing the wrong t-shirts. They're wearing Tommy Thayer shirts. What an embarrassment, and also cringe. Like, oh no, you're supporting the wrong guy. You're supporting the wrong guy. This is embarrassing. Of course, I didn't say anything out loud, but internally, I was cringing. And I told my mom, I'm like, that's so embarrassing. And she's like, people can't help it. And I'm like, I know, it's easy and convenient. And it still has the Kiss logo across the shirt, but then it's like, then you got a picture of Tommy Thayer. And it's like, dude, you know the difference between Ace and Tommy Thayer. Ace and Tommy Thayer. Tommy Thayer has a slightly larger head than average. Okay? It's just his physical features. He can't help it. But let's look on the bright side. Everybody at that concert had to be cool because they were going for Ace, Alice, or both. Okay? So, that part. I got it out of my system. Okay, moving on. Ace actually went on early. He went on maybe around 7:26, and it was weird because I'm like checking my phone, and then all of a sudden I hear the theme music from 2001 Space Odyssey. I'm like, something's happening. And I actually got the intro on my phone and I put it on YouTube, so if you want to go and watch that, I may actually link it in the description. So you can just conveniently click on it if you're interested in seeing the opening. And I'm like, okay, it's happening. And he starts with Rocket Ride. I'm like, okay, yeah, here we go, everybody. And it was really, really fun. He played Rocket Ride, Shock Me, New York Groove. Not necessarily all in this order. He did a medley of Good Times, Bad Times, which everyone went crazy for. Like, even people who weren't fans of Ace started cheering because of Led Zeppelin, okay? The medley of Good Times, Bad Times, and Never in My Life. At other concerts, they were playing She as well as Manic Depression, but for this one, they got dropped, and instead, my concert, the Chicago concert, got Rip It Out, which was, hearing Rip It Out, it's a classic. It's a classic. Would it have been cool to hear She and Manic Depression? Yes, but at the same time, you can't fault Rip It Out. Rip It Out is a staple. It's essential. And if I heard Manic Depression being played by Ace, I'd want Bruce on the same stage too because of the way it is on the CD. So in a way, I'm okay with not hearing She and Manic Depression. If it means we got Rip It Out, I'm okay. Okay. And he played Cold Gin, Parasite. And what he did when he played Cold Gin is he actually added the ending of Black Diamond to the ending of Cold Gin. That was a really cool combo. And then he ended with what is one of his signature songs in Kiss? The first song he ever played, Deuce. Okay? So that was very, very fun. It was awesome. And I am so glad I got to support Ace on this concert and the crew and the roadies and the tech guys and everybody just because it was fun. I hadn't seen live music in, over a year. So coming up on a year and a half, actually, because August of 2019 to September of 2021. So so that was great. Alice Cooper. Okay, here's when things got a little bit annoying. Throughout the concert, Ace's portion of the concert, these two people in front of us, who were the only two people in front of us, by the way, we were very lucky with our seats where there was like almost no one around us because I'm kind of still that freak where I'm like, people around me, okay? And even in normal circumstances, I'm kind of like that. I'm like, people. But anyway, there were only two people in front of us, which is very convenient. However, during Ace's portion of the concert, they talked. They were not Kiss fans. Repeat, not Kiss fans, not Ace fans. They didn't even cheer when Ace played Led Zeppelin, okay? They just didn't, they don't dig Ace. They don't get Kiss, which automatically kind of tells you what kind of people they are. Kidding. Okay, no, kidding. Semi-kidding. But when Alice started, they got up. And my mom just got irritated. She's like, okay, now you choose to get up. Like, you talk through all of Ace's performance, and now you get up and I can't see, because for the record, my mom, she's only 5 foot, and she was on the aisle and she couldn't see. So she got irritated. So she said, Emily, I know you irritated those people in front of us, but actually I'm pretty glad, because they irritated the hell out of me throughout the whole concert. And I'm like, oh, I did? I thought I was just cheering for Ace. And she's like, yeah, you were, but you also irritated them in the process, and I'm okay with that. So my mom was cool like that, okay? Because I started cheering, I'm actually a little bit hoarse today because I was cheering through the mask, and because I think you're wearing a mask, you subconsciously want to talk louder, you want to cheer louder. It's just a subconscious thing, for me anyway. So, I know I irritated people. Oh my god. Even though they were the only 2 people around us, I know I irritated them, and I'm pretty proud of that, because even though I irritated them, I cheered on my idol, my guitar hero. So it's okay. With Alice coming out, it was cool from what I got to see. And we were near like a very, like one of the Jumbotron screens. So when I couldn't get footage of the actual screen, the actual like stage, I got pictures on the screen, which is really awesome. Alice, I brushed up on Alice. We did have to leave Alice a little bit early just because of like the pickup situations and the rain. It started to rain again, and like also just, people started coming up and crowding the back rail because we were in the last row on the floor. So people kind of started coming around them, and it made us kind of uncomfortable. So we did leave a little bit early from Alice. But from what I got to see of Alice, awesome. Oh my god. He looked great. He sounded great. His set was really cool. In the opening, welcome to Alice Cooper's Murder Castle. Like, it was just so cool. And then, during, the intro, Feed My Frankenstein, they had, like, the big Frankenstein blow-up thingy on stage. Like, it was really awesome. My mom couldn't see, sadly, even though the blow-up thingy was, 7 feet tall? She still couldn't see because the guy in front of her was too tall. But from what she saw on the Jumbotron, when she did see, she said it was really cool. It was cool. And then during Man Behind the Mask, they had the guy with the knife and, in the hockey mask and, jabbing people, and the girl going down but then rising back up. It was just cool. In a theatrical stage way, of course. If it happened in real life, it would not be cool. But in a stage, theatrical, musical way, it was cool. We left right after Poison. So we got to hear songs that we liked, that we knew, but we did have to cut it short. And I'm not mad at that, but I also knew why we did it. And who knows, maybe I'll go see Alice Cooper again in the future. But overall, I had a lot of fun. I wanted to keep this video under 20 minutes. So I thank you for watching my review. I loved going. I'm so grateful I got to go, and I'm really thankful that I did. And thank you for watching this review. I will post links, and pictures are on my social media page, on Twitter, on Instagram, and I still have more to share. I'm still sharing. So thank you for watching this video. I'm Emily Graziano, and I will see you next time. Bye!